So we are still waiting for season three of the Fallout show. But what we have been waiting for a longer fucking time, and it's probably going to be a lot longer, is for Fallout 5. So it has been officially 10 years since Fallout 4 has come out. And then if you want to count Fallout 76, which most people don't want to count that as a main installment because it's an online only game. So, not counting 76, but if you do, we've had like one game in the last 10 years, and then the last main installment was 10 years ago. And Todd Howard has done some interviews the last few months talking about Elder Scrolls, talking about Skyrim, Fallout, just general things pertaining to Bethesda. And what strikes me is how I don't want to say that Todd Howard is indifferent, but it kind of feels like it. It seems like whenever people ask him in interviews about Fallout 5 or when we could get Fallout 5, he always pivots to, well, we got Fallout 76, we got the TV show. And I know that they have said in the past, they're like, well, you can kind of look at the TV show as like an installment in between Fallout 5 and Fallout 4. Like it's kind of like the bridge in between. Like it's a non-playable experience that's like an unofficial Fallout 5 essentially. Which is just complete horseshit. Like that's not the show is not a continue. I mean, it is a canon to the games, but it's not another game continuation. So I would call bullshit on that. Like, no, the show is not a Fallout 5 in any sense. As much as I would like that to be the case, or like as much as they might imply that, it is the TV show which ties into the games. But whenever Todd Howard is asked about, it's like it seems like he just kind of is always pivoting to, well, there's all these other Fallout events, or like we're working on things. But we have yet to get an actual concrete answer, or like even a rough estimate of like, when do you think Fallout 5 is coming out? And I think it's because it's a meme. I mean, it's been a meme for a while, but I think it is true. I think we're actually, best case scenario, we're likely about 15, 10 if you're generous, but probably 15 plus years away from another Fallout game, like a mainline Fallout game, which is kind of crazy because the TV show is one of the hottest shows on television, and it's reinvigorated the Fallout franchise. I mean, it's been a big, big and irrelevant IP for a while, but the show's like really gotten people into playing the games. I started playing New Vegas again. I went back and played the old Fallout games. So the show has definitely gotten a lot of hype and a lot of interest in Fallout. And all that interest has really nothing. Like the only thing you got right now in 2026, if you are a fan of the show or you're just a fan of Fallout and you've played Fallout 4, you played 76, you watched the show, all you really have are fan projects, which, funny enough, I feel like the reason that Bethesda is so lenient when it comes to like all these like Fallout Miami, Fallout Chicago, like the fan animation by Sodas on YouTube. I feel like a part of why Bethesda is so lenient and so, I'd say, nonchalant about like all of these like fan projects is because realistically, if it was just up to Bethesda to keep Fallout relevant, there would be no relevancy. Like if the show did not come out and it was up to Bethesda to keep the Fallout IP relevant until Fallout 5, I feel like there would be net negative interest, because you would be at that point, it's been 10 years since Fallout 4, and we're adding another fucking 15 years to 10 years. So we're talking about 20 plus years, maybe pushing 30. We're talking about like 20 to 30 years for another Fallout game. Fallout is not GTA. It's not Red Dead Redemption. So like another release in that long period of time, people might be interested. Like, oh shit, Fallout. You might have the senior Fallout fan who became a fan when they were in fucking middle school, and now they're 80. It's like the Interstellar meme of like the daughter, like the fans are the daughter, and Bethesda are the fucking dad coming back, not even aged a day, and the fans are like fucking wilting away on their deathbed, been waiting for like 50 years for another Fallout game, and like on their deathbed is when the fucking Fallout 5 comes out. Like it's taken that long. It's taken half of their fucking life for this game to actually come out. They're like, I knew it was gonna come out. I just didn't know if I'd live to see it. That's kind of where we're at with Fallout 5, where it's been so long from a mainline game, and it seems like it's going to be a long time before we get another one because they're not even developing Fallout 5 right now. They're developing not Fallout. They're developing Elder Scrolls 6 right now. And Todd Howard has talked a little bit more about not Fallout. Why do I keep saying Fallout? About Elder Scrolls 6. He has talked about that a lot. He has been talking about Elder Scrolls, which is like their next game coming out. And he's talked about how they're, progressing well, that the development's going decent, that they're taking their time, which, I mean, you've been taking your time for a long fucking time now, respectfully. Like, Bethesda has become notorious for taking beyond cosmic amounts of time and yet still releasing buggy, broken games on launch. It's kind of incredible how a studio can be as major as Bethesda, take a decade plus to release a game, and then release it broken and crash on the first day. Like, it kind of is an accomplishment to be able to do, to be able to simultaneously be a major corporate gaming company and then take all this absurd amount of time to make a game, only to then release it and break it, or to like make an update weeks to months to years later and then break your whole game. Like, it is kind of a Bethesda signature to be able to do that. But I kind of wonder, because with the show, like, the show is very popular, and the show's gotten a lot of interest, like a lot more people who weren't Fallout fans or people who are kind of, okay, kind of like, oh, it's okay, passive fans. They become big fans. And so now you have this energized fan base that have fucking nothing. And they're not going to have, like, the show is going to be over for good. Like, we're probably going to get to the point where several of the main actors, like Walter Goggins and the other actors in the show, we're going to start getting to the point where they're going to start tragically passing away or getting just old, to where they're going to not even like be able to reprise their role in like a video game or a cameo, or like they're going to be like fucking 30 plus years older. Like, I forget her name, the girl that plays Lucy. She's going to be like 60s and 70s, reprising her role for a cameo in Fallout 5 as Lucy again. Probably gonna have to use like AI and deepfake technology to like make her look like she does now. So like, yeah, we're that far, like we're that far away from a Fallout 5 that like actors in the show are probably not going to be around when the game comes out. But at the same time, I think that because Microsoft owns, it's like Microsoft owns Bethesda, I believe that's how it goes. I feel like they should like license out, kind of like they did with New Vegas. I think they should license out at least while the TV show is going, because they got season 3 coming out. Season 3 is probably going to be the top Amazon show, and not only a top Amazon show, but it's probably going to be like one of the top shows on all of streaming when it comes out. So like, it would be kind of logical to make some type of, and this is the kind of thing is I guess you couldn't like you could add on to Fallout 76, which they've done, where they added like the Ghoul, Cooper Howard. They've added him to 76, and it seems like that's kind of what the plan is like, and this is why I think Todd Howard keeps going back to talking about 76, is like, it's kind of an open sandbox that they can just go back in and add anything they want into it and just put it there. Like, they can add Cooper Howard as a bounty hunter of his own service. It's in there. They want to add an update where like Lucy and Maximus and Moldaver are in there from the show. They could do that. Like, it gives them a way of like, they can add anything they want to the Fallout IP and the Fallout game without actually having to have a new mainline game like a Fallout 4 or a Fallout 3. But I think that the kind of the short-term future of the Fallout game should be in having like little mini like anthologies. I think it'd be kind of cool if Microsoft decide, Bethesda, you guys are taking too long. We're gonna give another company like a shot at this. We're gonna let them make like a little mini game or a little side game, something. Because I mean, Fallout fans, it's kind of impressive how Fallout that I'm aware of. Fallout's one of the few IPs where it's really the fans keeping it not only relevant but keeping Fallout like a very profitable IP. Because if the show again, like if the show didn't come out and we were just left with Fallout 76 and they don't release any other Fallout related content between now and 5, who is actually going to be, you're talking about generations, like you're talking about people today who will have kids who will possibly be having their own kids down the line waiting for this game. And unlike a Rockstar, there isn't the hype around it. Like this isn't a once in a lifetime game that like people are going to be like, "Oh shit, Fallout 5, like drop everything, buy it." No. Like it doesn't have the power of a GTA or a Red Dead. Like it's just not that type of game or that type of series. So it's pretty wild how like the fans are the ones, because Fallout is not like I would say like not a failed IP. Like it's a pretty known IP. Like I remember years ago, before I was even a fan of Fallout, like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, I would see music videos with the Wonder. I see video game footage of Let's Plays, commentary channels, Fallout, centered channels. So it's always been a relevant IP. It's never like Fallout has been a very inactive IP of a very non-engaging fan base. I would say that Fallout's fan base is one of the most engaged fan bases. Like the amount of content that they make, from miniseries, TV, like not TV, well, I'd say arguably like TV show quality production, like the Soda series is amazing. Nuka Break is amazing. And there's a few others too. Like there's so many fan projects that are incredible. Even like fan games, essentially, like Fallout Chicago, Fallout Miami. There's a Fallout Arizona, and like the concept art, the creatures, the landscapes, the terrain, the societies. It's so fucking cool. Like it's so fucking amazing. Like what the fans of Fallout have made, and like how they like really have been able to do a better job of keeping Fallout relevant and like keeping it as a pretty like prominent IP. Like most of the stuff I see when it comes to Fallout is not from Bethesda. It's from like fans. Like a lot of the like Fallout shows and like miniseries and mini shows and stuff like that are all fan projects. All the mods that are really fun and good on the Dexys mods are all fan mods. I haven't done too much with the creation club, but a lot of them are fan made too, like the ones that are uploaded there. But I kind of think that with the way that the show is going, like with season 3 coming out, I think that they should do like an Obsidian type deal, or hell, like at this rate, fucking hire the fans that like make a lot of these Fallout projects, and then just have them make official projects. Like I don't know. Like I think that would be a good way to go for it, because I don't think, as it stands, Fallout, for like as much as I would like to speculate about a Fallout 5, I just feel like we're so far away from a Fallout 5 being made that like what Bethesda or whoever owns Fallout in another decade plus, whatever that looks like, I don't even think we can even begin to like imagine that, like what that will even look like, or even have a concept of like what the landscape or anything will look like. So I can't even really make a wish list for Fallout 5 because it's so far off. I can't even make like a wish list because it'll be generations past before this game even comes out. So my thing is like, why not just take the fans who are already passionate, already spend years and tons of money and their own private time making these fan projects, hire them to just like make their own like series. Like I think that would be kind of cool. Like and like give them like, I don't know, make some type of Bethesda Fallout Vault program or something, and you hire a lot of these modders and a lot of these animators and artists who make these fan projects, and you make them make like pretty much like a map of America. Like you know, have like a Fallout Arizona DLC, a Fallout Oklahoma, a Fallout Chicago, a Fallout New York, a Fallout Wisconsin, a Fallout Arkansas, a Fallout Texas. And you can have like very distinct and very different games or mini games. Because, you know, like all these fan projects are so drastically different from each other. From like the DLCs to the videos that they make, they're all just vastly different. So to me, it would make sense to be able to have like a spectrum of different types of Fallout series. Like if you want to have like more of a kind of not like fantasy, but you could do like a Fallout Cryptid, where it's like you do have like a lot more of like cryptid creatures like the Mothman, Sasquatch. You could have like a more industrial one of like Fallout Detroit. You could have a more Midwestern one with Texas and Oklahoma and Alabama. Like, you know, there's so much you can do. There's so many different types of animals and creatures, like mutated radioactive creatures you could deal with, different types of factions. And also, I feel like it would be nice because Bethesda's vision for Fallout is it's all right, you know. Like I don't have the same type of sharp criticism for the aesthetic of Bethesda's Fallout as other people do, but it is very stagnated. Like it's very one note. Like, you know, nothing can develop past fucking junk towns and raiders. Like that's where Bethesda's Fallout stuck in. Like it don't matter if it's been it's been like 200 plus years since the bombs dropped. Like we're getting into the point where the wasteland has been around almost as long as America has been, and yet people are still living in fucking makeshift shacks with skeletons in the basement or in the fucking closet next to them. Even though they've lived there for 5 years, they just got like 6 skeletons that have been there for like 200 years, just chilling on the ground. Like couldn't be bothered to pick it up, fucking sweep the floor, it doesn't. So I think it'd be kind of cool to have different perspective, like different creative directions for Fallout series. Because for me, I would love to have, and I've seen it so much in like fan projects, which is kind of a frustrating. Where like you see what like fans can do, like Fallout Boston, for example. That is, I believe that DLC, that whole fan project, rivals the like scale and scope of Fallout 4 and like just how massive it is from like the amount of scripting, NPCs, the amount of content. Like I think even just the size of the map is like comparable to at least a giant part or like or a sizable portion of Fallout 4. And those are just fans. Like those are just a group of fans who love Fallout, who took years of their time, money, their own money to make this. So for me, I'm like, why not just make that? I mean, because they already have the Creation Club where they have like professional modders get paid for it. Why not just extend that to having modders and like a system where they make, you know, mini series and mini video games, like, you know, one-offs or anthology series? I think it would work. I mean, considering how pretty much already the fans of Fallout kind of do that to keep it relevant. Like even now, like with the season 2 over, what is Bethesda done to actually keep Fallout relevant till season 3? Not a lot. They've posted some like fucking poor figurines, I think, and they've like updated Fallout 76. But again, like the 76 is nice for what it is, but not everyone wants to have an online service game. You know, some people just want to have a traditional main single player game. And no matter how many updates you give to Fallout 76, people are just not going to be interested in it. So like I think that's the route to go for Fallout and for Bethesda, because at this point it begs the question of like, what is the fucking point of you having the Fallout IP if all they do in the time that like besides the show, if between now and whenever Fallout 5 releases, all they have released is the show, that is a fucking cosmic tragedy of wasted potential. Like, you have wasted literally decades of the Fallout IP, which is rich in fucking lore and storytelling. You can do anything. You can make comics, you can make novels, you can make anything. And to do nothing with it, but they did update the game. They did update Fallout 4 and then broke all the mods. So they did do that. They tried the one thing they try to do, they end up breaking the game trying to update it, and they broke a 10-plus-year-old game. Fantastic, but nonetheless, I would be very interested in that. Like, and I feel like even Bethesda would be open to that because Bethesda acknowledges openly how modders are integral to their company, to the point where Todd Howard, I've heard say before, like, they kind of factor in, like, when they're developing games, like in their engine, of like how modder compatible, how modder friendly the engine is, because they want that to be something that modders are easily able to access and be able to use. So like they're aware, like Bethesda's hyper aware of like how they are very reliant on using modders and fans to keep their games fucking running and stable and working, and then also keeping their IPs relevant, like, from Elder Scrolls and the other ones. So like I don't see this being a case where Bethesda are strongly against it. Like I don't see this as like a Nintendo situation. So yeah, like I think that's the best. I think that's the best possible solution going forward for the Fallout 5 situation, because otherwise we're just going to be waiting a long fucking time. Todd Howard's going to be ancient, probably going to look like Mr. House, probably going to have like the headquarters where like Todd is like not even a body anymore. It's just like a fucking AI, like fucking display on the screen or something. And like he just has like full control of the Bethesda headquarters, where like every project he just like is constantly watching over him. He got like Mr. Howard, our real life Mr. House essentially. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how long it actually takes us to get Fallout 5. I mean, I wonder, are we actually going to get the PlayStation 6, GTA 6 before we get an actual Fallout 5? It's looking like possibly. I think that we're going to get GTA 6. Hell, we might even get Red Dead Redemption 3 before we get Fallout 5. And that's like probably, assuming we get a Red Dead 3, which is very unlikely. But assuming we do, that's like easily a decade plus away. And that's about as far away as Fallout 5 is. So like, kind of a toss-up to see who would release first. And what's funny is I would say Rockstar, even with as much as they delay their games, at least they actually have progress and they deliver. Like, their games release in a good functioning state. They don't release broken and buggy and glitch. So I would still give the W to Rockstar in that situation. But we'll have to see though. We'll have to see what happens with Bethesda and Fallout 5 going forward. But I think that's enough for me on this topic. I am going to call it a day here, and I will see you good people later.